A common use case of FinAware is applying the software to businesses' bank statements and understanding a business's financial transactions that it makes, including checks and where the use of checks are being applied. So as you can see here, I have a bank statement from Triad Bank, and if you scroll down, we have these check images, which are quite small, and it's hard to tell what these checks are to, who they are to, and the amount. But by providing this document to FinAware, we're able to analyze the bank transactions and to display the checks and the purpose of the checks. So let's dive in. Here I'm at the login page, so I will log into my account. I hit login. We're pulled to the case hub here. To get to FinAware, we'll use this left-hand side column. We'll click on FinAware. We'll click on Case Dashboard. I will select my case here in the top. I've selected my case, and we will see the timeline view, or the timeline chart, which is where we are at right now. And if you hover over these transactions for the checks, you'll see the check in the top half of this transaction, and you'll see the amount and the description with the check number, the payee, the memo if it's present, the date of the check, and other information. To view our check features, there's a few ways you can go about it in FinAware. The first is when you hover over the check transaction, as you see here, it'll show up. The second is to click this check analysis on the left-hand side. This will provide a view of all the checks found within the PDF provided in this particular case. So here you can scroll through, and we see that these checks are larger than they were in the original PDF. The FinAware system has extracted these checks and is able to display all of the checks found within this one single view. And we can download this file as a PDF and view it as well. And here we see we have all of the properties of the given check. Who's it to? What's the bank name? What's the check number? You can see these are very blurry details, but our extraction process is applying the most recent large language models and advanced OCR technology to extract this information correctly and then provide it in this format. So you can just view these details. So we saw you can download this page of all the checks. This provides one location for all of the check details. And then the other way to view these check details is we go back to the timeline view. If we download the Excel data of all the extracted transactions from that PDF, I click Download Excel here. Our case data will open. And there is a check tab that you can open and view all of the individual transactions from the checks. So here I'm in the transaction tab, which shows all of the financial transactions that were made within the PDF. And if I click on this check tab, here I can see all of the individual checks and all of the fields that have been extracted by the system, such as the check amount, the payer, the payee, the bank name, and so on. The memo if it's present. And then you can click this link right here. This link will pull up the image to the check itself so that you can double check and make sure that the information is correct. So all of this information is provided in the Excel download. And then we also provide details on how many checks were found within the PDF itself, how many were matched to a transaction, and so on. Those are the primary ways that you can interact with checks. Again, through the check analysis tab right here on the left, through hovering over and finding any transactions that relate to a check. I hope you found this informative.